So Moniece Slaughter, my girl, exchanged words with Teairra Mari on episode 11 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 5. Now the episode is titled Bad Grandmas, and they got into it on the show, but things spilled over online like crazy, to the point where Mr. Ray had to chime in, Milan Christopher had to chime in. Let's get into this. Shout out to all the blogs that reposted this information. Blogs such as The Whispering Gem, GEM on Instagram. So Moniece said, "Now I usually don't do this, but I'm going to do it to motherfucking night. First, I didn't even know Kimberly went to sit down with Akbar till Teairra called and told me, and I was the only one willing to show up and serve his ass on set. Number 2, I didn't know about Kimberly responding to Akbar on Instagram until Teairra called me and told me, and she wanted me to call Kimberly to tell her she was going to rip her face off. She then called me back to tell me she thought about it and she realized Kimberly didn't owe her anything. I didn't know about the Instagram live situation until we got to London. I found out in this scene. Furthermore, all the girls ganged up on me and asked me if is told Teairra what I knew. I guess if I told Teairra what I knew. I'm not sure exactly what she meant to say right there. I said yes, and I found out from Teairra herself in this scene. Bridget said I need to find out what Kimberly's motive for the sit down was. I said I would. Lastly, don't ever play me like I was the only motherfucker in the room on intervention day. Not only was I not the only one, but I was the only sober liver in the damn room. Stop playing with me." So your man Mr. Ray said, "Read, I told you about these girls in this show. At the Real Caribbean Queen, child, I ain't worried, my phone on 3% and I'm about to finish drinking." Laughing crying emoji. Teairra Mari said, "No bitch. You're the one who told me about the whole effing scene between him and Kimberly in the first place. I normally wouldn't even do this, but let's not act like you don't know how this shit goes. Don't try to effing sit there and throw me under some kind of dumbass invisible bus. Because Moniece, we just talked and you seemed cool and you already knew everything that had already happened. So stop it with the BS. Because now you're creating a whole problem that doesn't even have to exist after we talked just last week. All this shit happened months ago." Moniece said at Teairra Mari, "And you have my number if you," and then it cuts off. She added Teairra Mari on Twitter. She said, "Actually, yes, that is correct. You called me, told me he was filming, asked me to find out with who, and I called you back and told you it was her. So then I'm correct. I did tell you. But in your GS, I don't know what a GS is. Somebody let me know in the comment section. But in your GS, you said I didn't. Not only did I tell you the minute I found out, but I told you in the scene and you said I told you. And then when I told you what she told me about how the scene went, you were cool, which we also established in this scene. So either way, I'm still correct. You heard it from me first. I didn't keep it from you. So don't get on camera and say I ain't told you when I did tell you, bottom line." Now y'all wanted me to go back and get in her ass, and I didn't even know he was in her effing live until this scene, period. And you acknowledge that you give me the most grief about the intervention scene as if I was the only one there. And you accused me and only me of doing it for camera time. And furthermore, only me and one of your other friends was willing to serve him. Nobody else would. So at the end of the day, for producers to let the edit go that way, knowing that was a blatant lie, was whack. So Teairra Mari said, "And don't you play with me, bitch. But since you want to go there, we there now." Milan Christopher said, "All this, but you still ain't said you know the whole sex tape was leaked by her. Because you were the first person I told. You were definitely a good friend, but you definitely left that part out, not only to save her, but to save this whole made up ass storyline." So I guess he's saying that to Moniece, that Teairra Mari was responsible for leaking her own tape, basically. Moniece said, at Teairra Mari, "And you have my number. If you have a problem with this post, you can call me. Refer to your direct message. My number is in there." So your girl Moniece said, "We still cool, but that edit was some bullshit and you know it, period. In the story. You know that I told you the day she shot with Akbar, and you told me she commented something about Martin Luther King." That's random stuff. That's very specific. But you told me she commented something about Martin Luther King, and I didn't find out about the live till we were sitting on the couch. And not only did I tell you that he shot with her, but I told her I told you, and she was fine with it." And finally, Teairra Mari said the following. Shout out to the Shade Room. They reposted this part, which actually it was on her Instagram. But anyways, I didn't feel like going and getting it from there too. It's crazy how beep. It's crazy how bitches will try to lie to you or about you when you know your character is not to argue about things over the internet. But F that. I'm sick of this BS. You just talked to me last week and we were cool saying that we love each other when we hung up the phone. Just stop it with the fake shit. If you don't want to F with me, don't F with me. Don't get on the internet saying BS after you already know what went down. You already knew that you were going to see these things, and all you people saying that she's such a good friend, no, she's a TV friend and she's not a good friend in real life. If it don't benefit the story, she ain't doing shit. So bye with your drug head. Oh Lord, with your drug head ass. Wow. B, don't come for me. I wouldn't even have done this if you would have kept the same energy that you had on the phone last week. But no, you can't do that, Moniece_slaughter. First of all, let me say this. It's so ironic that last week after episode 10 aired. Let me see, what day was that? Let me look it up so I get this date accurate. The episode aired, I guess it was September 24th of 2018, episode 10, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 5. I had a bunch of notes. There were different things I wanted to talk about, and I made some of those videos. I talked about Paris Phillips asking men if they were uncircumcised in London and how annoying that was. I talked about Princess Love and the whole, I forgot what the special was. I think it's called Labor of Love, where she was giving birth to Melody Love Norwood, aka the Talking Baby. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just type this in on YouTube. Meat Magazine, Princess Love, Talking Baby, or Princess Love, Melody Love Norwood, Talking Baby, Meat Magazine. And the video should pop up with no problem. But that baby's talking at just 2 months, and that's abnormal. That's a baby genius right there. Shout out to Melody Love. You don't have anything to do with this video, but you are adorable. And shout out to Princess Love, who's one of my favorite cast members. Look at her in the story. Ray J, you're a lucky Negro. So this is the thing. One of the notes that I took from that episode, from that night, because actually it was the Labor of Love episode plus season 5, episode 10 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I said, man, when they were in London, when I saw my girl Moniece walk about the pub, the club, the bar, whatever it was called over there in London Bridge is falling down. Whatever that place is called, Moniece saw that Teairra Mari walked out of there because, she had some sobriety issues or whatever. She was in rehab at one point for drinking. Moniece Slaughter was the only person. And I'm not saying anything bad about the other ladies in the group because, I love them. Those are my girls and everything. They're beautiful as hell. And I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Moniece is the only one that walked out with her, rather after her, to go check on her and walk off the scene with her, or off of the set. I don't know whether or not they actually left the set. They might have went and sat in the car and talked and just made it seem like they were like leaving. Because it is TV. We don't really know exactly what happened when the cameras turned off, thanks to editing and them not showing the whole story. They don't have enough time. You got 42 to 44 minutes, and once you take the commercials out of the hour-long show, so they don't really have enough time to show us every damn thing. Some people forget that. There'll be an hour-long argument that they'll cut down to 2 minutes and just show us the best parts, or try to create a story around the 2 minutes that they're able to show us. So a lot of times it isn't just bad editing. It's just a simple fact that they don't have the time. That's why they need to have like extended stories on the internet. They can show us a 15-minute clip of Ray J adjusting his hat, as opposed to showing us the edited clip where they go back and forth between him and Safari. We're like, damn, did the hat move magically? He has the Ray J magic hat. Like, there was actually a website and everything. Like, this fool was actually selling hats. He said that hat came out of his mother's garage, if I'm not mistaken. It was like some beanie that was sitting around since the 90s or something. That was like in a box somewhere or something like that. And he pulled it out and just like threw it on his head for whatever reason. I guess it was hella cold in California that day. That's why he had to wear a damn winter hat. But no, let me stop. But this is the thing though. When I was watching episode 10 and I saw my girl Moniece Slaughter walk out of the pub, the club, the bar, whatever, with Teairra Mari, I said to myself, man, Moniece is just really a really good friend. Like, she seems to always be there for people. And I'm talking about going back to earlier seasons. And when you check online, she has this track record of being this loyal person who, if she's telling you, I love you, you're my friend, she's very consistent, at least in my opinion. Now, I don't know any of these people. I don't know Milan. I don't know Mr. Ray. I don't know Teairra. I don't know Akbar. I don't know 50 Cent because he's Akbar's friend. I don't know Alejandra, whatever her name is, the Terminator chick, the workout chick, the Russian or Arab. I don't know what the hell she is, but listen, man, I bet she got some strong thighs. Let me find out. But Akbar's side chick, I don't know any of these fools. I don't know Teairra. I don't even know Moniece. Now, I wish I knew Moniece, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. Because y'all know how much I love Moniece. But I've never seen Moniece do anything but other than just be this great friend to people. You know, it's just like Milan. I don't know Milan, but what I've observed is that Milan has consistently been there for his friends as well. If you have friends like Moniece and Milan, then what's up with people with names starting with M? Meat Magazine. See what I mean? People with names started with M, my Jesus. It's a wonderful thing, my Lord. Just don't become friends with Michael Myers. But anyways, the point is this. Your girl Moniece Slaughter has been a consistent good friend, as well as Milan. Whenever something happens, if there's anybody that you're going to see pop up in a scene that's going to be there for the person, whether they're going to rehab, or their boyfriend or girlfriend cheated on them, or somebody whooped their ass, or they got injured somehow, they slipped and fell down some icy steps. Remember like when Meek Mill was caught on camera? I think he was at his mother's house, and he fell down the stairs, and there was like some snow there. It was like the surveillance camera. Remember that hilarious video? If you don't know what I'm talking about, just type this in on YouTube. Meat Magazine, Freudian slip. Meek Mill falls downstairs. You might as well type Meat Magazine in there as well, because then maybe my version of the video will pop up. And you know, but anyways, guys, the point is this, man. I've seen Moniece do nothing but be loyal to her friends, loyal to her family, kind to everyone, except for when people try her. Then she turns into whatever that is that Moniece turns into, that monster. But she's not really a monster. It's just that, you know, sometimes she unzips her human face and there's something underneath there. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't want to get on her bad side because I enjoy breathing. But anyways, guys, I think that Moniece and Milan have been the most consistent. Well, other than Nicki Madaris. Nicki Madaris is another one. There we go with an M name, her last name, right? Nicki Madaris, Milan Christopher, and Moniece Slaughter are the most loyal, kind people. And I remember on the last episode, season 10, before this one, because this was season 11 that just aired on October 1st. But I wanted to make a video talking about how great of a friend Moniece was. But then I thought to myself, like, damn, it's going to take a while, because then I got to go back and like do all of this damn research, like to bring up examples of all the different specific times that Moniece was there for people. And that's a lot of shit. And that's a lot of information to go through. I'm just like, oh, damn, here we go. You know, like, I don't have time for that. So that's why I didn't make the video. But it's so funny that just a week ago I was going to make a video like that. But shout out to Moniece Slaughter, God's daughter, my baby, my MILF, the only member of the Sexy MILF Mafia since the fact that Masika Kalisha Don retired from Love and Hip Hop and now went over to Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. Oh, Lord, you know, Moniece wants to lead this show because of reasons like this. She just, see, Moniece is not a drama queen. Okay? She's a sweetheart. This is not what she wants to deal with. And that's why in the cast photo for the show, for season 5 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, she looks sad and distant. Cold, like, fuck am I doing here? She was like, she looked like, have you ever been to like a pet store or seen it on TV or on the internet or somewhere, and you see like the puppy in the cage and the puppy wants to be let out? You just want to play with that puppy because they just look so sad and it makes you sad. That's what Moniece is looking like in the cast photo. Everybody else is looking normal and Moniece is just looking like, get me the hell out of here. She looked like a hostage or something. She was trying to get up out of the situation, but they won't release her from her contract. So hopefully VH1 will do that. You know, they're my favorite network. Love them. They put on a damn good show, y'all. The first episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 5, episode 1 was possibly the best damn episode of Love and Hip Hop that was ever made. That shit was lit. And I thought it was going to set the tone for the season. Now the season hasn't been anywhere near as good as episode 1. But you know, it's still pretty good, y'all. But anyways, y'all, shout out to Moniece. Shout out to everybody involved. You know, Teairra, Milan, Mr. Ray. Hopefully everybody be able to get it together. You know, I don't like seeing pretty girls fight. But anyways, this is all my opinion. What do I know? I'm just a Moniece Slaughter stan with a microphone. Not a fan, I'm a stan. Love Moniece, damn it. But anyways, y'all, let me know what you think about it all below. Whose side are you on and why? I say Moniece is the most loyal person on the planet. Jesus. Meat Magazine on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Meat Magazine blog and Instagram. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe, notify. Let me know what you think about my cutie pie Moniece. Share this video on social media with a host congregate. That's Twitter, Facebook, Google+, 2 cans with a string in the middle telepathically. That way everybody and their mama too knows that Moniece is the most loyal friend since Teddy Ruxpin. Hey guys, if you could listen to me ramble for 15 minutes, you can leave a comment.